Alright guys, good morning. And as we all know, we know what information therapy is, but I would like to give my own perspective, As interns, I especially, okay. By the way, I'm Tawfiq Panchwani, an intern at St. GS Medical College and KEM Hospital. Now, intern is a phase where you're not a student and you're not a doctor. Okay, you're somewhere in between and you don't know what that is. And it's a very interesting phase where you are at a phase where you see the patients as well as the doctor giving healthcare, okay, and you look at both of them very closely. You're not in any particular phase, all right. So you have a good idea of what the patient goes through and what the doctor goes through while giving healthcare, all right. So this is a very interesting phase, and I would just like to share my observations that I have made over the period of medical school, and especially during internship, while working with doctors, with consultants, giving healthcare. Now, historically, it has been observed that healthcare per se has undergone change, all right, within the last 2 decades, especially in the last decade. Excuse me. Now, healthcare has changed tremendously. Previously, it was an authoritative, one-way information passing from the doctor to the patient. We all know that. Now, it's not the case. Okay. Now, healthcare is becoming more democracy-oriented. All right. Patient is demanding and is very articulate about what kind of healthcare, what kind of service they want, and at what price. So, the relationship between the doctor and a patient is being transformed from an authoritative to a facilitatory role. Doctor is playing a more facilitatory role in today's era, okay? And this understanding by the healthcare provider is very important, okay? We know that there is resistance to, a downplaying of the role by the healthcare provider, okay, from the authoritative to a facilitatory role. But this change of mindset is very important for the healthcare provider in the current scenario. So this is one thing which which I have realized over the past 6 months of working as an intern at the hospital. And keeping that in mind, I would like to just put forward a few points. Now, when we see around, and when we look around at patients and we find out, a lot of our relatives also tell us that they are not really happy with the state of healthcare that they're receiving in India, especially. And it's a multi-pronged, multiple reasons for it. A lot of them say that the doctors don't give enough time, okay, they don't explain the disease well, they don't explain the treatment modalities well, they don't tell us what the options are, they don't really give an idea of what kind of results to expect, okay. So all this results in an unhappy patient experience, all right. And for certain, and they're right, the patients are right. The reason is that there are instances where patients are being investigated unnecessarily and overtreated, all right, and being overtreated. So this is something that which the patients are right a lot of times. On the other hand, this is one aspect, okay, this is the patient aspect. When we see at the doctor aspect, recent years there's been a spate of increase in the strikes, all right. We know that at our hospital there are strikes every 3 months, and we have instances of patients' relatives beating up doctors. We have recently there's an increased trend of medical negligence suits being filed, especially in India. The trend is at peak in the US, but last 3-4 years in India it's been catching up space. The whole idea is that going forward in the next decade, the decade in which we will come into practice, the decade in which there will be more information sharing, this is going to increase, right? So the result being more negligence, more medical negligence cases against doctors, the result being doctors being unhappy about their work profile, all right? So this is a very not so comfortable situation in which both the important stakeholders, the patient as well as the doctors, all right, are unhappy. Now, what does this result to? This results in an inefficient healthcare delivery system. Now, this is the current scenario that we are looking at in India, all right. The healthcare delivery system is not very efficient. Now, here is where information therapy has got a very important role. this is where information therapy can actually act as a game changer and convert this antagonistic relationship between the patient and doctor into a more conciliatory relationship. Right? This is where information therapy can bring the patient and doctor on the same side of the table. All right. This is what is information. This is what is the important role of information therapy would be going forward to change the face of healthcare delivery in India. Now, how does now let us look at what are the sources available for information therapy, because when we're talking about information therapy, there has to be a source from which the information will travel from the source to the patient. All right. Now there are various sources. One of the most ideal sources would be information provider. When a patient visits the doctor explains the disease process completely, the treatment process completely, the options completely, what are the side effects completely, and a lot of information from the doctor to the patient. That is something which cannot be, which is not possible always. Point is, in the 7 to 15 minute interaction that a doctor has with the patient, the doctor has to evaluate, examine, prescribe, and then give information. That is not always possible within that short span of time of interaction between the doctor and the patient. So, this modality, this source of information is important, but it cannot give the complete information from the healthcare provider cannot give the complete information to the patient. All right. So there has to be other avenues to it. There has to be other sources of information. All right. The doctor, one of the important workarounds would be the doctor can use information technology to help bridge this time gap. All right. Going forward, I think it's becoming more and more important that every doctor has a website or at least a mailbox where the patient can give queries to the doctor. Right. And it's very important that the doctor answers those queries at a so this is becoming important. We go ahead. Say now it's becoming more and more important and more relevant, demanding more and more information. So this is becoming an important aspect of dissemination of information therapy. All right. There are other sources too. Now, as we all know, there was a study done in the United States which said that a lot more people are going on the net, going on Google, and Googling out health information. But the disturbing fact is that they are actually putting that into practice. So whatever they read on the net is being converted into behavioral change. Thursday, 2 days back, I met a patient, Stephanie, and she had a very kid. Vegetarian, the kid is also vegetarian. Stephanie told me that she doesn't give milk to her child. And when I asked why, she told me that she'd Googled some information and got a report or a write-up saying that milk hormones, and the reason being cows and buffaloes hormones, and those hormones come in the milk, and when the child has that milk, the various side effects, including early puberty and hormonal changes in the child. And since she was a vegetarian, she was not having enough pulses, there was no milk that the child was getting. The child was 4 years old, and when I asked her, all the sources of proteins were actually cut off. So there was no protein intake by the child. This is a behavioral change that she's already made based on the decision of what she read on Google. Right. And this can be disturbing because this is a growing child, 4 years old. Her protein needs should be adequate, and that wasn't the case. So this is just one instance of this is happening in today's world. Okay, that was just 2 days back, and that was the time that I realized that information therapy is important. So what I told us to send me a link of what that article was, and I'll review the article, and we'll find out whether that data is evidence-based, whether that is accurate, and whether that is specific for her case. All right, whether that holds true in her case. Right. So this is what is important here, that Dr. Google is not always healthy. All right, doesn't always give the right information. The information has to be accurate, has to be specific for that particular person, and more importantly, has to be evidence-based. Right. So being evidence-based information is not what is available on the net. There is information deluge, but evidence-based, accurate, correct information is not available. And here is a place where organizations such as HealthWise come into picture. HealthWise and such organizations which are working in this, providing evidence-based information, providing accurate and specific information to the patient. The reason is, okay, as we've just seen, that Dr. Google is not always safe. All right, doesn't always give the right information. So here is where is an opportunity for a lot of organizations to come up and work to provide accurate, consistent, and evidence-based information to the patient. All right. So this is one of the important sources of health information and information therapy. There's one more source. A very good initiative is Help. Okay, we have a good example in Help, where libraries which are specific for health and all the information which is available here, okay, can be used by the patient for taking part in his health care. The important role here is of the librarian, the health librarian. Okay, he's the one who's the disseminator of information to the patient. So the librarian will act as an information therapist. Okay, the librarian will act as a guide in which the librarian guides the patients towards the right information, so that the patient, when he reads up, and he reads it in the right context, okay, in the right perspective, and once the perspective is correct, okay, probably he'll be able to take care of his health in a better fashion. Right? So these are some of the sources. And one last thing which I was thinking is that a couple of years back I went with my dad to a bank, and I went to ICICI for some loans, and we had a very pleasant looking executive, and she said that, okay, I'll answer all your queries. And we were sitting in a comfortable room, and she answered all our queries. Okay, what's the kind of plan that we are looking forward, and that happens in the insurance industry too. All right. So what's the amount of money that you'll get at the end of X year? What is the everything? So I was just thinking that now this is a possibility, and not at the standalone level, but at least at the big institutions that come in, big hospitals, corporate hospitals, they must have a certain place where a patient can go, have a person sitting there. Okay, you may call it information therapist. All right, a person who can actually disseminate information, guide and give articles, give brochures, guide the patient towards democratizing healthcare, towards taking healthcare in his own hand, empowering the patient. So these are some of the important sources of information therapy, some of the important aspects of information therapy that can be used, and going forward I feel a lot of these have a great impact on healthcare delivery. All right, since we move into healthcare delivery very soon, all right, and moving into healthcare delivery, we need to really take care of all these aspects that will come up. That's already coming in, and that will come up big time in the years to come. Just to conclude, information therapy, the whole idea of information therapy is not data, right? It's conversion of data to information, which is understandable, and information to knowledge in which the patient really understands what is happening with himself. So in the context of the patient. But the most important aspect here for information therapy is behavioral change. All right. If we are able to make behavioral changes in the patient behavior, I think the whole idea of information therapy is successful. If at the end we are not able to make any behavioral change, if you just give a lot of information, a lot of knowledge to the patient, but there is no change in behavior, I think it doesn't make sense. So the whole perspective of the healthcare provider should be towards making behavioral changes, okay, in the attitudes, in behavioral changes in the patient community, so that they take their healthcare in their own hands, and we work towards making the healthcare system more efficient and more and happy experience both for the doctors as well as the patient. I think that should be